All right, I'm here. I am here. And I got my Buddha from over here. And I don't know if this is a good position for my computer. I really don't. I think it's better over here. There we go. I think it's a better position there. We're going to go with that. All right. I'm going to turn Buddha this way so you guys can see Buddha. Buddha likes to be the center of attention. All right, there we go. And then put this down just a little bit here. There we go. And then put this crystal by Buddha and this one. There we go. And I am here for some readings. I'm going to start with a collective reading. And I want to say thank you for everybody's support. Because you guys are just lovely. You really are. You're wonderful, wonderful people. And I'm getting much better at these lives. I really, really am. All right. All right. This reading, I'm going to pick 3 and see what comes from the collective. All right. In this reading, there's strength. That's a fun card to have. And this just talks about obviously strength, courage, persuasion, influence, compassion, taming control, overcoming self-doubt. And then I got the Tower in reverse. Talk about personal transformation, fear of change, averting disaster, oppression, imprisonment, and tyranny. And then I got the Moon for this collective reading. And this talks about intuition, dreams, and subconscious, and uncertainty, confusion, fear, and illusion, and deception, and chaos, and implication. I'm feeling this is a situation more than love. Honestly, I'm here for personal readings too. If you guys want to jump on stream, that's okay too. So, all right, let's go on the shadow side of this. I'm just going to put this in here just so I can collect all my energy like this. Buddha's real good at this kind of stuff. All right. Okay, you got Void of Course Moon for the shadow side of that card. This is very interesting. All right, on the side of strength on this collective reading, I got Void of Course Moon with strength. This just talks about how nothing's going to come of your situation. I'm feeling this is some kind of whoever is out there that hears this, some kind of like legal implications or something like that. I'm kind of picking up. And then I got with the Tower, I got full moon in Taurus. And this talks about dreams needing a practical plan. Then with the moon, the shadow side of that is the new moon in Aries. And this talks about taking action. I feel somebody just been through a lot of stuff in this reading. I really do. I feel like they're just glutton for punishment. That's what's kind of getting me. It's just someone out there that's just been through here and there and just all over the place. So And it happens. It really does. All right. And then we're going to do past, present, and future with this. Whatever this is, I feel like it's a situation where the law got involved and you're trying to get out of trouble and everything hits you at once, your love life, this and that, and it all kind of fell apart at one time. That's what I'm picking up on this one. So, oh, thank you. I'm doing personal readings too. I'm just starting with the collective on this one too. All right. The past on this, whatever this is, some kind of like misunderstanding of the law, is the Knight of Pentacles. And this talks about hard work, skill development, mastery, diligence, apprenticeship, craftsman, quality, and focus. And the present is judgment. Oh, God. And this is awakening, obviously, judgment, outcome, accountability, forgiveness, renewal, redemption, and transformation. Yeah, in the current moment, you gotta make sure that you give, I guess, you gotta make right with karma. Whatever it was, even though you didn't get in trouble over it. And then the Ace of Wands for the future. And this talks about motivation, passion, possibility, energy, dedication, drive, and sprouting one and energizing. I guess when you get through all this, you're supposed to pop back and find out what you really want to do in life. So, whoever this is that has these kind of problems, there's hope. But y'all, everybody has to make right with their wrongs because we're here to learn. Lessons are hard. Sometimes they come in people form. Oh, okay, you want to know if Anna Kumar still loves me? All right, let me do. I'm getting better at this. Let's find this out. I've been looking at some tarot card readers around YouTube and getting some ideas how they're reading and stuff. And I'm getting better. So let's see about this here. We'll just do this and then get the shadow side of him. All right. All right, we got 3. One of these. All right. All right. We got the 4 of Swords in reverse. And this is representing him. And he has exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, isolation, loneliness, withdrawal, and depression. That's a lot. And surrounding him is clouded judgment, chaos, abuse, delay, obstacles, frustration, aggression, violence, and tyranny. Wow. He's going through it. And then Knight of Swords, in reverse. And this talks about impulsive, unfocused, reckless, burnout, thoughtless, neglectful, unwise, misguided, dead end. He's going through it. I think the universe put him in a timeout, personally. That's what it looks like to me. But let's see here. Let's go deeper in his psyche here. Get this deck out for the shadow side. He's not having a good day. I will tell you that. If it makes you feel any better, this guy is really going through stuff. And going through stuff is, I guess, what we all kind of do. All right. Let's see on the shadow side what he feels here. All right. On the shadow side for his central energy, he's in South Node, not letting the past hold him back. He's trying to look to the future, and it's hard being in that kind of energy field. And what's surrounding him is a waxing moon and a full moon in Scorpio. He has a lot of negativity, a lot of bad thoughts, a lot of bad thoughts. And he has to let that shit go. If he doesn't, it's not going to be good for nobody. But let's ask the tarot about his love life. Because some of these contributing factors kind of really just resonate into your conscious and sometimes put you in a bad path here. All right. All right. And his love life here is the Star. And this is hope, inspiration, creativity, calm, commitment, renewal, serenity, spiritual healing, and positivity. That's not bad to have. And then the Page of Pentacles in reverse, what is doing is surrounding his love circle here. And this is compensation, clearing debts, hope, assistance, support, change, improvement, and good luck. At least trying to change, if that makes you feel better. And then the Ten of Swords. And this is recovery, regeneration, over dramatizing, self-pity, victim mentality, denial, and avoidance. That's a lot. Let's see what he's feeling about you. I'll go to the oracle cards for this one. He's doing a lot of remembrance. And just kind of trying to figure out life. I feel that one. I do. All right. And regarding you and his whole love sector here, there's a muddable moon, and that's talking about stories aren't ending. Nothing's set in stone. The story's just begun, which is good. And then what surrounds you with his thoughts with you is the full moon in Capricorn, and that's the end of a tough cycle that it came and went. And through tough cycles, sometimes there's separation. So sometimes this happens. Then he also got with you a new moon in Leo. And this talks about confidence is the key to success. I feel he's going to try to come back when he's healed. I feel he's going through so much stuff that it's just holding him back. That's what I'm feeling. I feel he does still love you, but he's just going through a lot of stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe just try to work on some projects at home or anything. You want to know what I'm getting from this reading from you is if he gets through his work and stuff and his time, he probably will reach out. It'll probably be to say sorry or something. So, and really at that time, it's up to you. But, in our lifetimes, a lot of time the spirits doesn't care how much time we take. It could take years. Time matters more to us than them. It'll be in a positive way. He's being blocked until he learns his lesson. This is what happens when you do bad things. So, Oh, you're welcome. At least you know he still loves you. I hope I was helpful. Oh, hello. I'll just say Archie. And hello, how are you? Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm still gonna do my little just trying to draw water, but I'm thinking about trying to do that once a week. But yeah, I'm here to help you. All right. All right, Ruta Mariah. When all right, does Jazz feel about me? How does Jazz feel about you? All right, I'll get to you, Ruta, as soon as I get to Nabrush Archie. All right. All right, let me do a love reading on that. I even got some tarot cards that are a little more informative coming in from Amazon that I can get more informative messages with. But anyways, let's see here. All right. All right. This is about Jazz. He is in the Queen of Swords. And this talks about, oh God, cheating, theft, strategy, flexibility, resourcefulness, escaping detection, staying ahead of the game. He's one of these bad boys. He's just kind of in his inner self. That's what I'm picking up on this one. And the high priestess surrounds him. And this is subconscious mind, sensuality, spirituality, thirst for knowledge, and explore inward. He's surrounded by her about with the priestess. That's good. And then the Five of Cups. Despair, yearning, disappointment, regret, boredom, dissatisfaction, stagnation, nostalgia, and heartbreak. He had a heartbreak. And it he never really fully got over it. I will tell you that. So it kind of affects future people when you don't do your shadow work and you leave someone and don't fully let go. He never fully let go of somebody. I'll tell you that. That's what I feel about this situation. And it happens. You got to clear out the junk in your closet before you go out with someone else. You can't commit to a relationship unless this happens. I mean, I'm clearing the junk out of my closet, so everyone has to at some point, or it's just not fresh. And then you got all that nasty stuff in there. The shadow side of this is a new moon in Scorpio. And this talks about working through fears. So he is working through his fears of rejection and it's just things not working out. And it's surrounded by a multiple moon, which means nothing's set in stone. It can go either way. And then he's surrounded by a blue moon on the shadow side. And this talks about believing in impossible. I'm picking up here that he does care about you, but he has a lot of issues to get through. Somebody did a number on him. So let's ask the mystics a little bit further here how he feels about you in particular. This is usually because they always lie at first. They don't tell you exactly what's in their head. No one ever does. All right, he has the Queen of Wands in reverse. How he feels about you. And this is introverted, reestablished sense of self, passion, project, haste, scattered energy, delays, frustration, and doubt. That's where his central energy is in your guys' relationship. And it's surrounded by the Two of Pentacles, balance, flexibility, adaptability, multitasking, time management, prioritization, and decision making. And then the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And this is frustration, materialism, self protection, penny pinching, lack of openness, and keeping to yourself. He has a closed heart right now. That's the problem. He doesn't really, he has trust issues. It's nothing, I feel picking up, it's nothing personal. It's just he has trust issues and he's just trying to find his way in life. And then I got the shadow side of your relationship here. And this is in a North Node and talks about stepping out of comfort zones. For him to progress in the relationship even further, he's going to have to open up his heart all the way. And that's a scary thing when you've been hurt. It really is. So then there's the gibbous moon. And this is talking about being close to achieving goals. So he's taking baby steps. And then there's the balsamic moon that surrounds you guys. And this talks about a time for healing. I feel he cares. He's just taking his time. He doesn't want to, I don't know, break things off completely, but he wants to take his time all the same. So, which isn't terrible. There's always little projects you could do. You could make candles. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. Sometimes just having your own stuff to do helps. And of course, that card had to go all the way down here. Thank God I got little arms. Okay. All right, let me get the next question. All right, Ruda, you want to know, did Gemini use black magic towards me? Oh, that's funny. Magic doesn't work against a person unless they're open to it and they allow it. The thing about the dark that no one really understands is if you have light surrounding you, the dark really can't affect you. It has to trick you for it to work. So if he is using black magic, don't worry about it. Just give yourself to your higher self, and nothing can affect you. But let's do a reading on what he's doing with this black magic thing here. Everybody likes to think that it's okay to use black magic, but it drains you, makes you older, and it can eventually kill you. It really can. There's a lot of people that practice dark magic that die early death. All right. I got the Eight of Wands on that question about the glad. Okay. All right, I'll do that after this black magic thing. Or I'll just do them both together here. All right. Your friend that you think's doing black magic on you, you got the Eight of Wands in reverse, and this talks about frustration, overanalysis, lack of direction, lack of purpose, lack of planning. And then the Nine of Swords. Lacking, listening, stubborn, rigid, abusing, selfish, deceiving, cheating, cold, cruel, tyrannical. Jeez. This doesn't seem like a nice fella at all, does it? The Four of Pentacles, frustration, materialism, self-protection, penny pitching, lack of openness, keeping to yourself. I don't know if he is trying to do black magic. Wow. That's a lot going on. It really is. All right, let's see what the shadow side, then I'll start on your general reading. All right. All right, his field of the black magic question is in the new moon in Scorpio, and this talks about working through fears. He's going through a lot, and he's trying to put all of his negative energy onto somebody. I think he's just trying to do a transference of energy, if anything, like those energy vampires. And he's surrounded by a new moon in Libra and a third quarter moon when adjustments are required. I wouldn't worry about this because it's not going to touch you. Trust me. All right. All right. You want a general reading, Rude? Ruda, I mean? Okay. Ruda Mariah. Okay. Let me get you that. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me do a quick general on you, Ruda. All right. On your shadow side, and then I'll get to the next one. All right. On your shadow side, you got a full moon in Leo, a waning moon, and a blue moon. A full moon in Leo is just talking about pride, not letting it get in your way, maybe starting new ventures, things you think are beneath you that could get you ahead in the long run. Don't discard them. And then there's a waning moon, and it's just talking about releasing the junk in your closet, the stuff from your shadow, all that stuff you're trying to avoid on a daily, and all those feelings of betrayal, anxiety, and just people. And then you got a blue moon, and this just talks about believing in the impossible. I feel like there's going to be some kind of opportunity, and you're not going to think it's much of an opportunity, but it could be. You just, some things you got to put work into. That's what I'm getting on your general. All right, let me grab these cards and then get to the next reading. All right. All right. Now, let me get to the new sub. Oh, thank you. You want to know if you should trust Jello, my boyfriend? It's been 5 months. All right, yeah, you gotta know if you could trust him. I get it. Sometimes you don't know if you could trust someone after years. I get it. People can change at any time. I feel you. All right, let's do a reading on him and get his energy here. All right, your guy is in the Page of Pentacles. And this talks about manifestation, financial opportunities, skill development, learning, ambition, diligence, and practicality. That's not bad to have. It's good qualities. And then he has the Magician in reverse. Lack of self esteem, confidence, and willpower. Disconnection of spiritual and material realms. Wow. And then he got 8 of Pentacles. And this talks about lack of focus, perfectionism, misdirected activity, mediocrity, frustration, stagnations, and he's impatient. I don't know if any of that sounds familiar. Sometimes, I don't know, he seems a little immature to me, especially in the spiritual growth. Let's go on the shadow side of your boyfriend here. All right, you want to know? Yeah, you can ask if Aries is still watching me. Is he the one behind the account watches all of my stories on Facebook? Yeah, we could do that. You've got a social media stalker. I got one of those too. All right, let's figure out here. Is he committed to me? Oh, okay, you want to know if he's committed to you. All right. All right, let's see if he's committed to you on the shadow cards here. I don't know. I mean, he might. It seems like he has a lot on his plate, though, to really even think about having a relationship, honestly. I think when people are in this kind of field, they just shouldn't have a relationship. And maybe just have a sex agreement or something and leave it there. It seems better. All right. With you, he's in a muddable moon. And this talks about nothing set in stone. It could go either way, one or the other. It's not bad nor good. It's how it suits him. Right now, it's suiting him good, so he's staying there. And then your relationship's surrounded by the first quarter moon. And this talks about commitment being tested. And also a full moon in Libra. And this talks about a win-win outcome is forecast. I feel even though he says one thing, he's testing your reactions. He's suspicious and he hasn't fully gave in, but he hasn't fully discarded you all at the same time. If that makes any sense. Some people are like that. They want to be sure, they want to make sure about everything. And sometimes they push people away in this process, so I will tell you that. I do feel there's love though. I really do. It's just he has trust issues. A lot of trust issues. So I don't know if you can get through that barrier, you probably could have a nice relationship, but I mean, who knows if you can get past this barrier. So okay, let me get to the next question. All right. Para Decily 26. Oh, okay. You want to know if Aries is still watching you. Okay, let me get that going for you. I'm taking this as X. Usually, X's like to stalk people's social media. They really do, especially on Facebook. This is why I don't go on Facebook. You get stalked on Facebook. You really do. You get stalked and scammed. I mean, I know some people, some of my friends are addicted to Facebook, but I don't feel like getting stalked and scammed. I don't. I just can't do it. All right. All right. This S Aries, he got strength in reverse. And it's inner strength, self doubt, low energy, raw emotions, surrender, letting go, seeking help. Jeez. And then the Two of Pentacles is surrounding this guy, and it's imbalance, disorganization, overcommitment, a lack of planning, dissatisfaction, and forced gaiety. Wow. And then the Nine, the High Priestess in reverse, repression of intuition, blocked psychic powers, fertility issues, missed or wasted opportunities. Okay, that's terrible. All right. Let's see what the cards on the shadow side say what he's doing if he's stalking you here. This is crazy. This guy's. I hope that you don't have a relationship with this guy. This guy seems very, I don't know, too much to me. All right. The shadow side said he's in a new moon in Libra. And this talks about new love cycles. I feel like I'm picking up that he feels like he fell in love with you all over again, but he doesn't know how to tell you. That's what I'm picking up on this whole situation. And he doesn't even know how to fix things, but he's hurt because he wants the connection. That's what I'm picking up. And then that's surrounded by a third quarter moon that talks about adjustments again are required, and a new moon in Taurus where prosperity comes. I think he is blocking you. I think he wants to. I think he wants to try to have a relationship with you or something. That's what I'm picking up. Wow. Yeah, I am picking that up. So, oh, you're welcome. Good luck. Guard yourself. You have to block them. I mean, that's what everybody does these days. They block everybody. And you can block people on Facebook too. I have no idea how to do that. I just go over there for my social media and I don't even do that anymore. So go ahead and get your blocking going. All right. All right. Now I'm up to Myra Hermasa. Will Nelson have still plans to call back to Myra? No contact. And then will Nelson hit? Oh, okay. Okay, you want to know if he's going to call back after no contact. Social media, no contact. Okay. I thought it was like he wasn't coming to your house. I mean, on social media, I know a lot of people have no contact. Sometimes it's always good to get a break from it. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we got the Five of Pentacles, and this talks about financial security, stability, quality, achievement, scarcity, conservation, control, possessiveness, and boundaries. Oh, he's putting up boundaries. I'm sensing that big time. He's surrounded by the hangman, and this talks about resistance, indecision, delays, dishonesty, injustice, imbalance, and martyrdom. He's being a martyr over there, acting like he's the victim here. And then the Chariot. He's surrounded by two: success, action, determination, motivation, leadership, travel, movement, ambition, and willpower. Let's see what the shadow side says on this guy. He looks like he's something over here. All right, let me fan these out because I can't shuffle good like some of these people. I think some of these readers can do. I'd rather do it this way. All right. Let's see here. Let's go from this seems here. Oh, okay. All right. The callback from the shadows, which is was as above is below type thing, is in a full moon in Libra, and this is talking about a win-win outcome is forecast. And then new moon in Gemini, and this just talks about communication. So I do feel he's going to try to call you, but there's a void of course moon here. There's something or a third party blocking your situation that he doesn't want to move forward, like something he hasn't told you or something. I'm getting it could be another woman. It could be because of a job or just because he's just not ready to commit and do things right now. But I do feel he'll let you know either way. So, and this happens. I've had the same problem. I put myself in no contact because there's a third party. Usually, third parties will do this to you. Then the next person that he tries to replace you with, they go through problems and then they think about you, then try to get back together. This is usually what happens. So sometimes it's better just to heal, go to psychic healing. I'm I like going there. I'm a member. I listened to all the videos. They're wonderful. They help everybody heal. They're nice, and you just gotta every day do something for yourself, and those videos do help. He's gonna call, but I feel there's a third party involved. There's somebody chirping in his ear, possibly somebody that he might be interested. I don't know, but there's definitely a third party. That's what delays these kind of things is a third party. And there's these women and there's these men that just don't give a damn and they'll break up a whole relationship just to get their sex. I mean, I guess because I'm not a one to sleep around, I don't see the point in all this, but some people do. They just do anything for sex. And I get it. It's good, it feels good, but is it worth giving up the good things in your life, like your family happiness and your personal happiness and the happiness of your partner? So, is he stalking you on social media? Let's see. He could be. Just because there's a third party don't mean he doesn't want you back. Oh no, mine has a third party and he watches me on social media. So yeah. And he didn't even want to tell me he had a third party, so and he's still what listens to my live streams. So these things happen. Alright. You got is it the Knight? Okay, Knight of Pentacles is the energy for if he's stalking you. And this just talks about diligence, craftsmanship, quality focus, hard work, and it's surrounded by Nine of Swords. This talks about depression, nightmares, guilt, regret, remorse, negative thoughts, making mountains and molehills, and then Seven of Cups, letting go of regret, motivation, end of stagnation, enthusiasm, being proactive, interest, and focus. I don't know. I feel like he has some kind of situation, but he still longs for being with you all at the same time. He moved on too quickly. He should have just fixed things with you. The shadow side of this is here, let's get the third card out. Is a full moon in Taurus, and this talks about dreams have needing a practical plan. And then that's surrounded by a full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast, and then a full moon. And this talks about just giving all your negative energy to the moon, surrender to the divine on him. I do see him see him with looking at your stuff on social media and the longing and regret. So whoever he's talking to, whether it just be somebody that's saying that he needs a break or whatever, I feel that that was bad advice instead of just talking to you, and he does honestly care. It's just he's being stupid. Sometimes people do this. They let other people get in their heads and they make stupid decisions. They really honestly do. So I wouldn't worry much about it, honestly. Oh God, I am not a goddess, not at all. I'm just a person that makes videos. I just love making videos. I don't know. I like taking pictures. I love photography. I love it all. And YouTube lets you do a little bit of everything. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. I don't think I got to Philippines yet. All right. Yeah, you can have a reading. All right. I'll go ahead and put your question in, and I'll do your reading. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get a better system here. I'm still trying to paint my water. Who knows if this will ever happen? The water. All you could do is hope and pray you could paint water one day. This is what I'm down to, painting water. Gives you something to do. Coming up here gives you something to do. It's just what I like to do. I figure I don't go to the bar or nothing, so I might as well come on here with you guys. I even got some cool tarot cards coming because I seen the competition and they got about 10 decks of tarot cards. It looked like a store over there with their tarot cards. I got Buddha and 2 decks, but I did get some other ones that like actually have actual little clear answers on them. So, and I guess it's okay to have these. Oh, nature. Yeah, I did get Buddha from the park. And I think he was meant to be with me. He gives me really good energy. I call him Buddha because he sits like a Buddha. He was outside. It looks like he's 10 or 15 years old. He gathered energy from nature. I gave him a nice little crystal. Let me move his crystal around. There we go. Got him a nice little crystal and I put those 2 around him and he seems very happy. He was under a tree and under this tree there was ants crawling on him. I felt bad. So I brought the elephant home. And then it drove out the boyfriend somehow. But they said that Buddha and elephants in general take out blockages from your life. And one of my friends said I should get rid of them. And I said, I'm not getting rid of them. So, oh, he's a guardian? Probably is. I've got nothing but good vibes since my elephant Buddha friend has come in my life. Sometimes even gives me, I just wake up with a different happy energy. He empowers me. I really like that. I like my Buddha man. I mean, some of these guys have these really nice looking, expensive statues. I like to keep it simple. I do. I like to keep everything simple in my life, everything happy. If something works for you, you go for it. If you vibe with it, why sit there and trade in one nice thing and just for something shiny and fancy? This guy was meant to balance me and I just keep him with me. I'm not replacing him for an angel statue. I would have found one of those in the forest if I was meant to have it. So, oh, the dragon. I don't know if this has to do with the dragon because he's an elephant. I couldn't tell you, but I'll look that up. I do. I have been watching a lot of TV lately. I'll look that Mulan film, The Dragon. I'll look that up on Netflix. I have every single movie app there is. I've been watching a lot of movies, a lot of them. I watch an insane amount of movies these days. Because I like to write, and I actually started the Elf Chronicles, and I'm going to try to like watch some TV and type some on my book, and then my son's going to help me publish it on Amazon, of course. My entire life's always around Amazon. I do like Amazon a lot. Probably a little bit too much, but I got everything I needed for like 6 months. So now it's just little things. So I just found a bunch of tarot cards. As like the dragon on the film Mulan SS. Yeah, dragons are very. Dragons are very. They have a lot of spiritual presence. Dragons are very strong, very protected. And there's some humans that have dragon energy, and that energy goes through ancestral. That's what they say. The dragon bloodlines. Some of the bloodlines aren't ancestral, but I know the dragon ones are. That's why they're more sought over. But it probably is true, honestly. Okay, may I ask if S. Aries is watching me? Is he the one behind the account watching my stories? I thought I answered your question on that one. We'll do it again. Oh, it's your totem animal. Yeah, I thought I just did that one, but we'll do it again. I mean, we're good. All right. It's always the same answer with a different order. All right. He is in the Fool, and it talks about new experiences, development, adventure, unlimited potential, possibility, purity, and faith. Then the Queen of Wands in reverse, introverted, reestablished sense of self, passion, haste, scattered energy, delays, frustration, and doubt. And then the Seven of Swords. And this is cheating, theft. Oh, yeah, this was the same reading, just in reverse. Flexibility, resourcefulness, escape and detection, staying out of the game. That's I mean, that right there tells me that he's on your social media, but let's do the shadow side of this. Yeah, he's definitely sneaking around. You got his interest. All right. All right. There you go. The shadows of the hat side, you got a balsamic moon for him. And this is the universe is telling you to heal from him. Whenever you get a balsamic moon with some kind of person that's just watching your stuff but not trying to talk to you and this and that, or just upsetting you, you get a balsamic moon. So that's a suggestion for that situation. Then you got a North Node, and it's talking about just doing things that you usually feel uncomfortable with and having more courage to stand up for yourself more type thing. Then you got the waxing moon with this whole thing, and this is talking about just gaining momentum to be your better self. But he is definitely here with the Seven of Swords. He is definitely stalking you. And he is not the best intentions while he's doing it either. So I read it wrong. I'm sad. Well, sometimes things are bad. Do you want another reading and ask another question? Because this was for the other girl about who's stalking her social media. So I don't think it was your question. All right, we'll put it in again and we'll do it again. Because I was doing like 3 or 4 at the same time. Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. Go ask your question again because. All right, I'm waiting for your question here. Sometimes going up this list is too much, so. I did give you your reading. All right, well, put in your question and I'll do it again. Okay, I'm not going all the way up my list. Just go ahead and put your question in again. And I will let you, and we'll redo it, just like that girl that missed her question. Until then, to get your question in, I'm going to go do another one from the collective. Messages from the spirit realm. Just a collective energy here. So, all right. But go ahead and put your question in. She put her question in twice. Sometimes I get a couple questions here. All right. All right. I'm trying to practice these collective readings. I've been looking at some really good people that know how to do different styles, that have big channels. And these collective reading are here. Foresight on my love, career, and Maddox. Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's get all that done. I must have missed it. That happens. It really does. So, all right. You want insight on your love, career, and Maddox. All right. All right. You got you're in the Magician for your energy field. And this is talk about ability, concentration, alignment of spiritual material realms, and extroverted. That's a good field to be in. Then you got the Seven of Swords, and this is cheating, theft, strategy, flexibility, resourcefulness, escaping, detection, and staying out of the game. It's always a good thing to have. And then you got death on reverse. Resistance to change, fear of endings, clinging to the past, delay, indecision, unfinished business. That's interesting. Let's go on the shadow side of that. I mean, lots of people got unfinished business in the world. Sometimes some business you don't want to finish up, some you do. But I guess in the end, it always comes up with unfinished business. All right. All right. As for the business, your career, all right. I don't know what Maddox is. About love and career, I get. But I don't know about what Maddox is, what that means. So maybe just rephrase Maddox as I don't know what that means. This means that you're in a full moon in Gemini and the answers you need are coming. And you got a full moon in Leo, and this talk about don't let pride get in your way. I feel that's the love card. And then you got a blue moon. And this is a hopeful card. It means just believing in impossible things. Things that you think you messed up on or things you couldn't happen. Maybe a job. Maybe being with somebody that you didn't think you could be with. That's what I'm picking up on for you. For that. And then the love is to not let your pride, maybe if somebody isn't exactly the way you want them to look, maybe you might have to look beyond looks or something like that. Okay, here we go. I forget everything's opposite when you're doing camera work on this end because I see it one way and it goes opposite like a mirror. But I don't know, that's what I'm picking up for you, and it's not bad cards. Maybe just I feel like you're at times you get possibly a little picky at times, and it's okay. We all do. We all want good looking people, but sometimes just settling for something that's, they somebody connect with it, maybe it's not a little beneath you, isn't horrible. All right, I don't know what that word is either. I only speak English. So, and I'm going to practice another collective reading because I really need to start practicing these collective readings. And the collective is just the spirit gossip, what's going on in the spirit world. So, let's see here. Let's do a collective reading. And this could be for anybody that comes in the stream that didn't make the stream for whatever reason, and just this could be for them. I don't know. These are what these timeless collective readings are. So I'm getting the Three of Wands, and this talks about disappointment and toil, fear of unknown, lack of planning, no action, procrastination, and obstacles. For whoever sees this one ever, and that's the central energy. And then it's surrounded by the King of Cups. And this talks about compassion, creativity, kindness, wisdom, balance, nurturing, intuitive, artistic emotion, and logic. And then the Page of Wands. This is confident, courageous, adventurous, bold, courageous, and energetic, and optimistic, and passionate. It's an interesting feel from the collective. Let me go into the shadow side of this. And this just is what the spirits are just gossiping and telling me about, because they watch us all the time. Trust me. It's what they like to do. We're their favorite people in the world. So it's a bother. All right, I'm just going to grab random ones here, the ones I feel I'm supposed to have. All right. All right. And what's going with the Three of Wands, with the disappointment, the Three of Wands reverse is gibbous moon. And this talks about being close to achieving goals. And that is good. And then the shadow side of King of Cups, which is compassion, creativity, kindness, and wisdom, and balance and nurturing. And logic is a personal issue comes a resolution. Very interesting. Then the Page of Wands. Confident, courageous, adventurous, bold, curious, energetic, optimistic, and passionate. And the shadow side of this is the full moon in Capricorn. And this talks about an end of a tough cycle approaching. I'm feeling this has to do with a breakup. Some kind of breakup. That's what I'm feeling with all these cards over here. So let's see here. Let's put those cards up there and get some other cards out to figure out what's going on with this breakup. So then I feel like if I was waiting on Quran. She got no Queen or Quran. I don't know where they went. All right. We got Nine of Swords, Five of Cups, and Knight of Cups. Very interesting here. All right. Nine of Swords, depression, guilt, regret, remorse, negative thoughts, making mountains out of molehills. Five of Cups, despair, yearning, disappointment, regret, boredom, satisfaction, stagnation, nostalgia, and heartbreak. Okay, this is interesting. This is definitely about somebody that's going through heartbreak. Then there's the Eight of Cups also that's on this. And let's talk about abandonment, leaving, traveling, escapism. Somebody just left and didn't say nothing. Seeking the truth, self discovery, and introspection. Wow. All right, let's do the shadow side of this reading. Okay. Now we go. Let's go here. This is the bottom. All right. The Nine of Swords here with this depression. The shadow side is New Moon in Capricorn. Talk about hard work. Someone's doing shadow work from this breakup. There's a lot of inner healing going on, which is good. Then there's the Five of Cups, and this caused despair, yearning, disappointment, regret, boredom. The shadow side of this is working through the fears. Someone's working through their fears. And then the Eight of Cups, about abandonment, leaving, traveling, and just escaping and seeking truth. There's a new moon in Sagittarius there, which is good. Luck is on your side. Whoever reading, twin flame. Okay. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is supposed to be your reading. I just got the collective just gave me messages. But yeah, whoever is in this really depressed state and somebody that you felt abandonment and stuff, luck is definitely on your side. And it's always good to have luck on your side. It totally is great to have luck on your side. But go ahead and put in a question. I'm doing new ideas, and hopefully my new my new tarot decks, when they come in, those will be more fun. Since my competition works with 10 decks of cards. So, all right. Rita or RI5? All right, you want guidance on Rashab. Okay. Well, let's give you guidance on Rashab. I'm going to just do these cards and then do the shadow cards with them. We'll do it that way. All right. Turn these over. We're supposed to do this too. All right. On your twin flame, you got the Ace of Wands. And this talks about motivation, passion, possibilities, energy, dedication, drive, and sprouting one, and energizing, which is good. And that represents you. Then you got the Six of Cups in reverse, and talks about resolving childhood issues and completing therapy, letting go of the past, focus on future. It doesn't mean literally you're in therapy. You could just be putting yourself in self therapy. Then you got the Seven of Pentacles surrounding you also, and this is patience, reward, investment, perseverance, hard work, harvest, fruition, results, and progress. All right, we'll do the shadow side of this. I'm dealing with childhood issues too, if it makes you anything. And it's just things that were unresolved sometimes when you're children, or just things of your, obviously, with your parents. So it happens. So you cannot control this. It just is what it is. Sometimes making peace with your past is the best thing to moving on forward in life to your adulthood. It really is. All right, let's do the shadow side of these cards here. All right, you got with the Ace of Wands, you got a gibbous moon. And this is good. This means you're close to achieving goals. Things that self goals, things that you've been wanting to do. And then you got the new moon in Gemini. And this talks about communication in your life right now is the key that you kind of need to get through things, which is what we all need really in our life is that. But you got the communication card, and then you got full moon in Leo also. And this just talks about don't let your ego get in your way. Pride, ego, like, just kind of look at things and be humble. And even though the best of us, I mean, you can be egotistical even if you're a saint. You just got to always fight through these things. I'm sure even the saints at times had to fight their ego. It's just the human condition. So that's what I'm getting for you for the wisdom. So, and I would suggest if you're like dealing with like childhood stuff and like psychic healing channel. I'm a member. I look I go over there, I self heal with psychic healing, and I listen to all of their videos. They have wonderful content. And it's really good. I suggest them all the time for a lot of stuff here. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the stream, take a break, and then I'll probably get back on the stream again in about like a half hour or so because I'm going to relax and get something to drink. And then I'm going to come back and download another thumbnail and do some more readings. Because it's kind of fun not having to worry about painting and dealing with the tarot card at the same time. Yeah, I'm going to take me a little intermission. Do you have a question before I go and come back? Now that I'm in Breakupville, I got lots of time in my hands and my dog's probably dying to go pee. Yeah, go ahead. I'll get your question before I come back. I was going to take Chong outside. But I'll wait for your question and then I'll come back. I've been trying to get fancy. I don't know if you've seen my new streams, the cover. I've been uploading custom the thumbnails from YouTube and putting them on there. All right. Oh, you just want a regular message. Oh, he's a Leo. Okay, Virgo. Oh, okay. Leos could be very stubborn at times. My ex was a Leo, and my dad is a Leo. My dad's not alive no more, but he was a Leo when he was alive, so let's just put it that way. So, all right, let's get these cards going and do a collective for you from them. Okay. You have got the Lovers in reverse. And this is Wonder Fulling. I'm just going to call you Wonderful, okay? All right, Wonderful. You've got the Lovers card in reverse. This talks about self-love, disharmony, imbalance, misalignment of values, failure, and foolish designs. And then you got the Fool, and that's your central energy. I mean, I'm in disharmony too, so this is why I'm listening to Psychic Healing, so don't feel bad. All right. And then you got the Fool in reverse, and then this is talking about hope or faith, holding back, fear, anxiety, or doubt. Then there's missed opportunities and blocked potential. And then you got King of Pentacles surrounding you. And this is luxury, self efficiency, financial independence, discipline, refinement, harmony, and pleasure. That's a good happy card for you. Your snake is Sadie. I love all living creatures, but snakes, I don't know. They scare me. And then people say sometimes you gotta let your snakes, but they bite and this and that. I like furry ones, but I understand that the snake is very spiritual. It has to and everything. So some people really do love their snakes. I just like dogs and cats. This is why I want to get a dog shelter. So a lot of my proceeds, if I ever get popular here, is probably going towards a dog shelter, honestly, because that's what I really want to do in life. Okay. The shadow side of this, of the lovers with the imbalance, I feel yours is more self love and imbalance. It's showing you have that. And the shadow card, what lies behind that is a fixed moon. And this is just telling you to hold your vision. Manifest if you need to, hold your vision and just stay focused. And then the shadow side of your Fool in reverse is a new moon in Aries. And this is talk about taking time to take action. Because you're, procrastinating in life. And I think we all do. And then this Nine of Pentacles, the self luxury and financial independence, the shadow part of that is a new moon in Libra. And this talks about romantic cycles. I possibly see you're going to meet a really nice friend very soon that's going to kind of complete you or just connect with you, or possibly it's going to be some kind of love that comes in your life, whether it be friendship or something. But you're going to get something. I do feel that. So, and I feel it's going to come when you're healing. Everything comes when you're healing. Trust me. I don't think you've met them yet. I feel like it's when you start healing they come. Nobody comes unless you're healed. So, I mean, I've been watching videos and doing tons of shadow work, and they tell me that you'll never meet another person or a twin flame or anything till you get your shadow work done. And that's literally how that goes. And people that haven't met anybody for years is because they haven't finished their shadow work. Once you finish their shadow work, you get more energetic. People are just out there and they're magnetized towards you. Now that I'm finishing my shadow work, everybody wants to be my friend. And that's a damn truth. So, and it's hard depending on how many skeletons you got to go through in your closet. It is, but anybody can get through it. If I can, literally anybody in the universe can get through it. So, I'm going to go ahead and take Mr. Chong outside to go pee. And I will see you guys in probably about a half hour because I'm just going to just jump on because I don't know, I've been staying up late till like 2 in the morning and crazy stuff. So because I mean, it's not late here, but I've been staying up late, so I'm gonna probably do a couple streams tonight. And I'll see you if you guys want to come back on. Just subscribe and put me on alert, and then I'll be back if you want to think of another question. And I'll be here. I just like to pop in when I have the time, and I get my other videos done. So you guys have a good day. Thank you for coming in the stream, and I appreciate everything. And thank you for subscribing if you did.